Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amy. Thank you so much for clicking on this video today. I do really appreciate any time that you take out of your very busy day in order to watch this video. I hope that you like it, and if you will, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and click the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of my videos. I like to do project panning content, sometimes some haul videos, and just talk about things that work for me as I am over 40 and my skin has changed. So hopefully you like that kind of content. So like, subscribe, and let's go ahead and get started. Today's video is going to be all about the palettes that I have that I think are really perfect for fall. Now, I don't have very many palettes. I mean, I have a lot for a normal person. But my collection is growing for sure. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 palettes. 7 eyeshadow palettes, and a couple of like single-ish kind of things, and a couple of eyeshadow sticks. So I have a small amount. And out of the 7 that I have, I'm going to talk about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So I think that it's pretty clear that I really like these types of tones. They are repeated. There are some like similar tones repeated throughout. So I just wanted to share with you my collection today, and hopefully it gives you some inspiration to use some of the things that you have. The first one that I want to talk about today is one that I actually bought last summer, and it's the Sigma Ambiance palette. When this palette was released last summer, it made my warm, neutral, loving heart go pitter patter. I had to have this. And so I bought this as a birthday gift to myself. It comes with such a beautiful brush from Sigma, and so you can't go wrong with a Sigma double-ended brush. One that kind of really fits into the crease, and the other one is really great for packing on shades. This is a very, very nice brush. And the shades in here are so wonderful. Now, I will say that I love this palette very much, and it has a lot of really great shimmer shades, like actual shimmer, like this one in Luster is a shimmer, and then it has some very pretty topper shades, like Marigold is this one. And so they kind of perform in different ways. This one is Marigold, the kind of topper shade, and this is Luster, a wonderful shimmer all on its own. Love that. It has some very warm browns, like this one, Summer Solstice, is very kind of fiery orange, and then some that are more brown, like Enrich. And Enrich is actually kind of a cool toned brown, whereas Sunset is just a little different. They look similar in the pan, but they are different. This one is Sunspot, I'm sorry. And then this one is Enrich. So they are different. Enrich is not quite as pigmented as Sunspot. I love this palette for summer because it's very bronzy, but it's also going to work really well in the fall. Now, I wish that I had this other palette I'm about to talk about still, but earlier in January, funny story, I was in quarantine or isolation because I had COVID, and I was playing around in my makeup, and this palette and the Nudes of New York palette from Maybelline are very, very similar. I might put like the swatches that I made, because that's all that I have left from that. I got rid of Nudes of New York because I liked this one better. So those were the comparisons that I found between the two. So if you own Nudes of New York, that would be a really great fall palette too. Okay, I have 3 ABH palettes, Anastasia palettes. Of course, Soft Glam is a classic. This is my Pan That palette for the year of 2022. And it is very, very lovely in its ability to be able to work super well for fall. I'm hoping in the fall that I can really get some more use out of Mulberry. I have a hard time with this shade for some reason. It is very dry, and the rest of them are not. I have such a hard time swatching. So this is Mulberry, and also Mulberry looks very red in the pan, but it's not. It's very brown whenever I use it. So I don't know if there's something wrong with mine or if that's just really what it is. But I'm hoping to get some more use out of Mulberry during the fall months. So this is a very good fall palette, Soft Glam. That's my Pan That palette, so I use it every month anyway. And I always have an accompanying palette with it. So let me share with you next month. I'm very excited. If you have this palette, you might not have thought that this would be a very good fall palette, but next month for October, I'm going to be pairing it with ABH Norvina. And yes, this would be a very good fall palette because when you look at it, it's got a lot of beautiful pinks and purples. But within those pinks and purples, there are probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shimmers that would go really, really well in the fall. And then almost all of these shades would go. I mean the purple. I'm just not very experienced with purple, so it kind of scares me. But I do want to dive into it. So next month, I'm going to be using Norvina and Soft Glam together. And these 3 shades right here, I'm super excited about using. Passion looks very similar to Mulberry, and they are very similar, but this Passion shade is not quite as powdery, and it's not as patchy, if you can see. Mulberry seems a little patchy, and Passion is not quite so patchy. So I'm really hoping that Passion can be what I was hoping that Mulberry would be. I'm really, really excited to get some use out of this Eccentric shade, which is kind of a yellowy shade. It's a little more mustardy colored, but different than some of the warm neutrals in here. And of course, the thing that I love the best about Norvina are the shimmers. So Dazzling is this one right here. Man, she's so pretty. It's pinky, but I see it looks brown here. It's actually really pinky. Summer within this palette. Summer, oh my gosh. And the thing about these shimmers is they are so soft. Here is Summer. That's gonna be so pretty in the fall, actually. So I'm really looking forward to October when I get to dive into my Norvina palette because she's not very used. I just got it last year. My fingers are dirty. Now, of course, ABH, you can't say fall without Modern Renaissance. And I think I'm going to use Modern Renaissance to go with Soft Glam in November, I believe. And I'm really hoping to be able to get lots of really good use out of shades like Red Ochre. Let me find a spot. And I kind of want to do it right here next to these. You can really tell the difference between Red Ochre and the 2 brown shades in Rich. What was that? Passion. Sorry. Passion from Norvina and oh my gosh, I'm like Mulberry from Soft Glam. Red Ochre is more red than brown than the other ones. So I'm really excited to use some Red Ochre. Real Ochre is this orange shade, and it's very, very nice and pretty too. Here it is right here. So I'm excited about using this in November. The last palette that I have to talk to you about today that I think would be really, really great for fall is actually a cool tone palette that I used this morning on my eyes, and it is the Persona Identity palette. When I open this palette up, it is very, it's very cool toned, but also kind of warm and cozy also. Shades like Seductive are very multi-dimensional, and this shade Audacious can really warm up your look, or you can go more cool toned with Chic or Maverick, which is this brown. Let me see if I can do these on my other arm. Here is Maverick. Oops. There we go. There's Maverick. And here's Chic, and I actually used Chic today. Chic is purple, and I used it in my crease and also on the outer corner as well. Kind of used two different brushes to get two different looks from that. Audacious is this kind of warm orangey shade, and I'm really very excited about that one too. It can really warm up a nice look as well. Here we have Goddess. This is a shimmer. The shimmers in this palette are really soft and very, very lovely. So that's kind of a goldy shade right here. This one right here, Gold Bombshell, that's Bombshell, is a very silver, but I think that would be really, really pretty in the fall also. The last one I want to show you in here is Bossy. Bossy is this color right here, and it is very, very deep bronzy, and it is kind of shimmery also. So I feel like Persona Identity would be a really great cool toned option with some warm tones thrown in there as well for the fall. Do you really like fall makeup? I love fall, and obviously I wear these tones all year long. No one is here to tell you that you can only wear these things during the fall. Those are my favorite tones, and so I wear them all year long. But if you're looking for some inspiration, or want to pick up something new, those are my recommendations for sure. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you again for taking the time to watch my video all the way through.